Good afternoon, comic book fans. Welcome back to Comics in 5 Minutes. I am your ever-loving host, Shorty, and today, reviewing one thing at least, Beat Ray Bill. Woo! I've kind of start with saying right off the bat, I really like Daniel Warren Johnson. For years, no idea who the guy was, and I picked up something he did, which is very heavy metal inspired, because he himself is big into heavy metal, and it was the best thing I'd read all year. And then he did Wonder Woman: Dead Earth, which was just spectacular, like really fun. Like over the top action mixed with like deep personal stuff going on there, and it seems to me that's like the thing he does better. It's like that mixture of really cool over the top widescreen comic book kind of stuff, but he doesn't let that get in the way of telling a really good story as well. It isn't just, hey, look at the spectacle. It's also dig in, get into it. And this one starts with like a little bit of background. When I say a little bit of background, I mean quite a bit of exposition. That lot there. Which was useful for me because I don't really know much about Beat Ray Bill. I have not been reading Thor for a while, so I'm actually getting a little bit of a rundown of his history and where he currently stands within the Marvel Universe. It's like, yeah, okay, cool, nice. Then it goes straight in, and there's literally about to be attacked by a giant monster sent from the Null, part of the whole King in Black thing that's going on at the moment. It doesn't really feel like it's a King in Black story, though. It hasn't got any of the branding on the corners. It just feels like it's his own story, just happens to have a big monster in it. And that big monster, Fing Fang Foom, which was nice. Not seen Fing Fang Foom for ages. Kind of cool to see him. And he's still wearing pants, by the way, in case anyone's concerned about that. Don't worry, no dragon dong. And the fight is brilliant. Disappointing in its own way, because when you've got the hero of the comic book stepping up, and you know he's going to be underpowered because of he's lost Stormbringer, his weapon that Thor forged him. You're like, he's done his best, and he's got like help from Scuttlebutt and the armies of Asgard and everything. And he's clearly strong as all hell. He picks up Fing Fang Foom by the tail and slams him into the ground, but he also still takes a crap load of damage whenever he gets attacked by Fing Fang Foom. I really should abbreviate that just a Foom. So you can't help but feel like, well, is this fight going to be one that he can even win? And it turns out, no, he can't. And Thor turns up. And yes, I know I probably should have spoilers first, but let's face it. It's not a huge, like, oh my God, the story is completely different now. I know this involved. It's just an event that happens. And it's cool when he turns up. The lightning bolt comes from the sky, deals with Foom. And Thor gives Beta this a little bit of grief for it. It's like, oh, I thought it'd be no problem for you. And that kind of sets the tone for the rest of the comic book, which, I hate to say, is massively depressing. Not in a bad way, not in a, oh my God, I can throw that away, don't want to read it. It's depressing as all hell because what's happening is depressing. And not dealing with that and pushing over it will be lazy and bad writing. And it does it on multiple levels. It's the idea that Thor will always turn up and always be the hero of the story. Anything that Beat Ray Bill is in fact, is kind of a Thor story in its own way. And it's even worse at the moment because Thor destroyed Stormbringer, which leaves him underpowered, and he's trying to find Odin to try and get another weapon built so he can actually be the hero he wants to be. Throwing out the fact that he can't change into his original state, and it looks like the weird horse monster cyborg thing, which means his relationship is not going well either. And I had no idea him and Lady Sif were a thing. Kind of cool though. He draws Lady Sif really well. Actually, he draws her kind of like what he did Wonder with the massive amount of hair. It looks very cool. In my head, she should be blonde, but you know, we can deal with that. We can move on. Not going to complain too much. But she doesn't want anything to do with him. Well, no, that's not really true. They write it brilliantly that she clearly has feelings for him and is sympathetic to him, and is talking about, oh yeah, he owes her a drink, and they're going to get together, and there's this wonderful moment where he's getting ready to leave a party because he's really depressed and peed off, and she takes his hand and leads him away to a private room, and it's only then when she goes, well, okay, how does this work, and realizes that he can't return to the more human-looking form that he's had in the past, and he is still going to have the weird extended snout with no lips, and the weird eyes, and that is kind of heartbreaking for her. Like, she probably gets wrapped up in her own little blanket and struggles to get across why it's a problem, leaving Bill to just have to say, like, yeah, it's okay, I'm not blind, I see what I look like, and he leaves, and he probably leaves. He actually removes himself from his position of warlord of Asgard or whatever it is, and he's going to go and find Odin. He heads off on Scuttlebutt, which apparently is a big AI controlled spaceship, which is pretty damn cool. I had no idea about that, but I like it. Also looks brilliant, and away he goes. Weirdly, while watching the movie Hook, first couple of sequences with it, I'm like, where does that ring a bell from? Rufio. And then later on, there's literally a bangarang Rufio. And it's like, he is just watching Hook. in the middle of everything else that's going on in his life. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's what he's doing. Brilliant. And I'm hoping, really hoping that this is going to do what Daniel wants us to do really, really well, which is take these huge, amazing sequences and take these emotionally weighty sequences and turn them into something positive and uplifting. I really hope he can manage that because, let's face it, it's what I love about him. We're only one issue in of 4 or 5, I can't remember off the top of my head. Really hope it's going to take his time to blow up into something amazing. But got to say, for an issue 1, absolutely 100% solid. Really enjoyed it. Okay, that's it for me today. I'm now going to go do a whole bunch of invoicing for mail order stuff. Might do another review, but if not, I'll be back in the shop tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. Take it easy, stay safe, bye.